Deep in the heart of the forest, a new vision is taking shape. The project begins with finding the perfect piece of land. The ground must be high enough to avoid water damage during the rains. Dense brush and smaller trees are cleared to make room for the structure. Every branch removed is saved for future use as firewood. The builder marks the footprint of the cabin with string and wooden stakes. Accuracy at this stage is vital for the entire build. The next step is digging the foundation trenches by hand. Large flat stones are collected from a nearby creek. These stones will serve as the base to keep the wood away from the damp earth. A layer of heavy gravel is poured to ensure proper drainage. The builder carefully levels each stone using a long, straight board. Without a solid foundation, the weight of the logs would cause the cabin to sink. The site is now ready for the arrival of the main building material. This is where the true physical labor begins. Only the straightest and healthiest trees are selected for the walls. The builder chooses tall pine trees for their strength and durability. Felling a tree requires careful planning to ensure it lands safely. Once the trees are down, the long process of preparation starts. Every single log must have its bark removed. Bark holds moisture and attracts insects that can rot the wood. A specialized metal tool is used to peel the bark in long strips. The pale, fresh wood underneath is smooth and aromatic. This process is slow and requires incredible upper body strength. Dozens of logs are prepared and stacked to dry slightly. Peeling the logs by hand ensures that the natural shape is preserved. These logs will form the bones of the new home. The builder inspects each log for cracks or deep knots. Only the most perfect pieces move to the construction site. The forest floor is now covered in the golden shavings of raw timber. The heaviest and thickest logs are chosen for the bottom layer. These are known as the sill logs. The builder lifts the first log onto the stone foundation. To join the logs at the corners, a precise notch must be cut. This traditional technique allows the logs to lock together without nails. The builder uses a sharp axe to carve a round saddle shape. Each notch is custom fit to the log resting beneath it. A tight fit is essential to keep the wind and cold out. Between each layer, a soft insulating material is placed. This ensures there are no gaps between the heavy beams. As the walls rise, the builder uses a plumb line to check for straightness. The cabin begins to take on a solid and impressive shape. Raising the logs higher requires the use of simple wooden ramps. The builder rolls the logs up the ramps with ropes and sheer force. Slowly, the sanctuary starts to emerge from the forest floor. Once the walls reach chest height, it is time to create openings. The builder marks the locations for the door and 2 windows. A saw is used to cut vertical openings through the stacked logs. Heavy wooden frames are installed to support the weight of the walls above. These frames must be slightly smaller than the opening to allow for settling. Over time, the wood will shrink and the cabin will sit lower. The highest logs on the front and back walls form the gables. These are cut at an angle to create the slope of the roof. The ridgepole is the longest and heaviest log in the entire cabin. It is lifted slowly to the very top of the structure. Large rafters are then notched into the ridgepole and the sidewalls. This creates the skeleton of the roof. The builder walks along the beams with perfect balance and focus. The height makes this the most dangerous part of the entire project. The cabin now has its final height and majestic profile. The roof must be strong enough to hold heavy winter snow. Thick wooden planks are nailed across the rafters to create the deck. A layer of waterproof membrane is rolled over the planks. The builder then installs metal roofing sheets for maximum protection. Metal is chosen because it allows snow to slide off easily. Inside the cabin, the builder turns his attention to the gaps. Even the best notches have tiny spaces where air can pass. A mixture of sand and mortar is used to seal every horizontal joint. This process is known as chinking, and it makes the cabin airtight. The windows are installed into their frames and sealed with wool. A heavy handmade door is hung on iron hinges. The cabin is finally protected from the wind and the rain. The builder can now work inside regardless of the weather outside. The cold wilderness stays out, and the warmth stays in. The transformation from forest to shelter is nearly complete. The interior of the cabin is a celebration of natural wood. A small wood-burning stove is installed in the corner. The chimney pipe passes safely through a heat-proof opening in the roof. The floor is made of thick sanded boards that feel warm to the feet. Simple furniture is built using the leftover scraps from the logs. A bed, a small table, and a single chair are all that is needed. Large windows offer a panoramic view of the surrounding trees. Outside, a small porch is added to the front of the cabin. This is the perfect place to sit and enjoy the silence of the woods. The builder applies a natural oil to the exterior logs. This brings out the rich golden color and protects the wood from the sun. What started as a collection of standing trees is now a home. The project has taken months of daily hard work and dedication. It is a masterpiece of DIY engineering and human spirit. The cabin stands as a symbol of independence and peace. The journey of the builder is finally finished. The dream of a life in the woods is now a reality.